Hi guys, welcome back to the next video. As we talked about before, a little bit use of Ken Burns and how to sort of affect your still images once they're in your project. We talked about putting them over the top of a still image. So let's have a look at that in more detail. So we've got our still image here, and then let's take one of the kitchen, drag it down. I'm going to pop it next to that one, and let's make that 5 seconds. Now all of these will go up to the top. We're going to click fit because we don't want Ken Burns on there. Same with this one. Going to go to cropping, click fit, happy days. So we've got two still images now. Yeah, one to the other. Now what we're going to do is we can actually use these. Possibly you can fade out, which you don't want to do at the minute. We'll show you that with transitions. But on here we can have a cutaway, green screen, blue screen, which you don't really need, but give us a call if you want to know how to use it. Split screen, what that'll actually do is while I'm talking on the right hand side, you can be showing images of the property. A lot of people prefer to have themselves on the screen at the start, and then for the most of the film, cut to, finish off this bit, cropping, fill, here, split screen, picture in picture. Yeah, we're going to use picture in picture function in a minute, but for this one we're just going to use a cutaway. So it cuts away from us on the timeline and shows images above us. So we're starting to build a bit of layering here. So we've got our main base layer here, and we're starting to build on top. Okay, let's have a look. We want to add a logo. Now I haven't got a logo here, but I do know I've got one on the desktop. So again, we'll just run through, go to the arrow, import media, desktop, and then I know this one's called your Workshop Northeast logo. Import selected. Here's our logo here. It is very dark, but once we get it on the timeline, again, that's been Ken Burns. So cropping and rotation, fit, and then what we're actually going to do is drag this all the way to the end of there. We're going to copy this and pop a few more photos in, and that's going to run all the way to the end of our film. So let's have one of the house in there, and one of the garden in there, and one of the ensuite in there as well. So as you can quite quickly see, the main part of my video, so as you can see, we're moving along, and we've sort of created a bit of a project now where it just looks a bit more like a movie. So still need to do quite a lot of refining, but for example, these, again, we'll go up here, cropping and rotation, fill, same with this one because it's going to be set to Ken Burns, cropping and rotation, fit. Okay, so this is now covering the whole screen. So what we want to do is we want to go back to cropping and rotation. I'm going to be using this button quite a lot. Just travel along to the side, so you're on this top row here. I'm going to click the two boxes. Now it's a cutaway, which is what we want for photos over the top of us, but we're actually going to use your company logo here, so we want to use picture in picture. Okay, so once you've got picture in picture, now you can see your, well, this is your workshop. We can move this around the screen to wherever we want. Now, assuming it's your like Belvoir or Newton Fallowell or whatever your company name is, we're going to pop this up to the top, and then we might want it a little bit bigger than this. And this is going to run consistently throughout our video. So click off down here. So as we're talking, you can see that your company logo just stays in the top half all the time. Again here, what we'll probably do is actually get rid of that, backspace or delete, go to this, Command C for copy, move your cursor, Command V to paste, and then we're just going to stretch that. Again, it's just a still image, your logo, so we can stretch it all the way to the end. So we're just going to pop it there. We'll actually get rid of these three for the minute because we've already got them in our project. Brilliant. That's going to be omnipresent throughout the video. Now, I mentioned this in the first or the second training video. It's quite a basic editing suite, but it's more than enough for the types of videos you're going to be making, like buy-to-let deals, property of the week, etc. What you can't do is have more than 2 layers. Well, you can have 3. So if we go along the top here from my media, and these are all the tabs that we're going to use: add titles, add audio, backgrounds, and transitions. Okay, so What we can actually do is add some audio here. So bend sound energy. I'm going to click, drag, and that's actually going to go underneath our project. And then you can either make your whole project small so you can see everything, and use the cursor, and we can drag all the way to the end so it matches our length of the video. Or again, you can just come to where you want your video to start and stop. Save it there, for example, and do Command B, which highlight your clip, sorry, Command B. It's going to give you a split, and then backspace that, and you can just chop it in half. Either that or extend it out, extend it in. It's user choice. So now we've got 3 layers, but unfortunately that's all iMovie will let us have. Hence, we can't have our watermark logo running along the top of the photos. And again, you can see all those are set to Ken Burns. So quickly, we're just going to do crop, fit. Same with the next one. Crop, fit, crop, fit, crop. Check it's on fit. There we go. Same with the next one. Crop, fit, and happy days. Now you can't have your logo on top of the photos, but you know, why would you need it? People are looking at the photos, they don't necessarily need to see your logo, possibly overkill. But it also gets around the fact that you can't do so many layers. So we break from me talking about the property, photos, 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 comes back to me, and again, your logo's on the top there. So join me in the next training video where I'll be showing you how to add text and lower thirds to your video, just to make it a little bit more professional.